Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be filming my monthly Q&A for you guys. I've been doing this monthly. However, it is important that you guys know that starting next month, February, I will only be uploading on this channel 4 times. That's not 4, this is 4. And that simply comes down to the fact that I kind of tweeted about it already. Here are the tweets here. But essentially, I've had a huge viewership drop, and I believe it's just because my content has been all over the place. Understandably so. I tweeted about it. I thought that that was the only reason, and then I had a lot of people respond or favor other people's tweets saying basically that YouTube is also just not putting my content in their subscription boxes, or it's unsubbing them. So it's a bit inconvenient, it's a bit frustrating. However, it is not the end of the world. I just figure I decrease the content on here a little bit, focus on producing 4 really great videos that I'm proud to put up, and focus on that. However, if you guys want to follow me on my various platforms, I do a lot of different things. I will have everything linked down below. I have my Instagram, obviously. You can find posts on there. But if you want more interactive, engaging video content, I do have my ASMR channel, so if that's your thing or not, I post on there. I'll be posting on there, I think 8 or 12 times for the month of February. I don't know yet. Most likely 12. I also have a gaming channel where I post 8 videos a month on there. Much smaller, much more fun, hobby style thing. And then I also stream on Twitch, and I stream on there 60 hours a month or something just ridiculous. So please be sure to follow me on all of those platforms if you would like to hang out. I would love that. But other than that, my final question for you guys would be, do you still want monthly Q&As? Even though it's not necessarily like the best quality content, it's still more personal. So do me a favor, if you want more Q&As, like this video and comment down below if you want these to stay monthly. Otherwise, I'll probably do them like bi-monthly or something like that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this Q&A. First question is actually a game-related question. It says, what's gotten you into first-person shooter games and when are we hoping on? I think he meant hopping on. I don't know what got me into first-person shooters. The type of games that I played growing up, I had a Game Boy SP. It was blue. And I played Crash Bandicoot, I played Hamtaro, I played Harry Potter really poorly, and I played like one of the Super Mario games, but it was the one where he had a raccoon tail that made him like fly. Those were the only games I played. Super laid back, super chill games. I tried Fortnite. That was the first PC shooter game that I ever played, and I was like, this is so scary. I want more. Hated that game, could never get the hang of building. Apex Legends came out shortly after, and I was like, okay, I think I want to practice this game. I'm still really bad. Like, I'm actually a bot sometimes, but I'm trying really hard, and I've gotten better. Like, if you guys watched me when I first played to where I'm at now, I've improved so much. So that's how I got into that. E. Antonio said, what's been the proudest moment of your life thus far? Wow, there's been so many moments in my life that I've been really, really proud of. I think probably I think the proudest moment for me was buying my condo. Even though the way that I went about buying it was completely wrong, it is still so exciting to know that like at 23, 24, I went through escrow, I closed on my own property, like I owned my own home, you know, in my mid-20s, which living in Los Angeles in your mid-20s, it's not super common. So it felt like a huge victory for me, especially knowing that that was something, you know, my mom always wanted me to have, was financial stability and to be able to own, and my brother too. And so to feel like I kind of checked that off my list of things to do when I grow up felt really good. Jess Maldo said, do you still have a lot of the same friends you had last year? The answer is no. And it's not that like, there were no falling outs. Like I can't actually think of anyone where I had like an extreme falling out with. I think I just really started to distance myself from November to December from certain people that I felt either I was being excluded from, or like certain groups sort of reminded me of high school when I felt like I needed to be a part of a clique, and if you weren't cool enough to be in that clique, then you just weren't gonna be invited to anything or whatever. And like I'm a weirdo, and not even like in the I'm a weirdo, like I'm actually a weirdo, you know, and it's not everyone's cup of tea, and that's okay. So I've really kind of honed in on focusing on the friends that I do have and that I do cherish. And I would say I've got like a core group of 5, and not even all of them are friends with each other, but that's okay with me. And I really value those friendships, and I put everything that I can into those friendships rather than trying to water relationships with people who maybe don't actually care about me that much. And I think that friendships need to be really, you know, mutually caring and accepting and loving of one another. Otherwise, what's the point? Is this in the camera? Oh, thank God, I have my microphone here. But yeah, I think that that's super important. And yeah, so no, I have let a lot of friendships go, and some of them don't even know it yet. Becca Boo said, how is the dating life going? So as I've told you guys, I am not necessarily in a relationship. I am seeing somebody. We're kind of like in that dating, getting to know each other, but we know each other, but we're just not putting a label on it yet because it is a long distance thing and I'm not necessarily prepared to label it yet and necessarily fully commit. So we both recognize that this is like a fully open thing, and like if he meets someone else, if I meet someone else, like that is what it is. But it's been really nice, and in a way that brings me more security. I don't know why commitment really, I mean, I do know why. I'm literally in therapy for it, but commitment really scares me. Like, it just does, and I don't know what to do with it anymore. And so it's easier for me to just really take my time with things, especially when it's newer. It's only been a couple of months, and he's so respectful of that and so understanding of that. So it's been really nice. And we still go through like the hardships that I feel you go through when you're dating somebody, but I don't know what it is. And I hate that about myself, because I always hated when people were like, labeling does nothing but put a label, like it's just a title. But to me, there's so much weight that goes with that. But we're great, and it's been really nice. And it's been so interesting and new, because I'm typically not this laid back when it comes to this type of thing. So it's interesting that I am approaching it this way, but it's been really good for my mental health. Cool story. Meg said, where do you see yourself in 10 years? I'm 29 and don't know, so just curious. So in 10 years, I will be 35 years old, and ideally in a perfect world, right? So this is very likely not going to happen exactly this way, but I will be continuing to run my businesses, perhaps taking a bit of a step back from social media. I don't know that I want to be doing this into my 30s, and if I do, it'll be a very specific niche sort of category. But I hope that by then I'll have built up my own other businesses that will kind of be the leading drive, and I can just kind of post on here passively, whether it's like vlogs or, you know, whatever the case is. Just not, I don't know that I want to be 35 and doing clothing hauls. Not the end of the world, just don't know if that's what I want to be doing. So hopefully have other businesses thriving, and I want to have enough money to buy a large amount of land and have a rescue facility. I've already thought this out in my head, like how it would go, and I would just rescue a bunch of animals and have them live on a giant piece of land, and I'd have volunteers and I'd have workers and be a nonprofit organization, and people could come and visit, or they could come and adopt. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't have this fully planned out, but that's what I would really like to do with my time. Miranda is a cutie. Do you ever miss life before YouTube? Yes and no. I love the life that I live now. Like, I have so much fun, I have so much freedom, I have so much flexibility, and I'm able to explore basically anything and everything that I want to explore as, you know, my own boss. However, if there's anything that I really miss before YouTube, is just the fact that if I was judged, I didn't always know it. There was no one on my account letting me know how they thought I looked physically, what they thought about what I was doing with my life, how crazy they thought I was, or how not crazy they thought I was, or how lazy I was, or like there was no fluff in my ear constantly of just like people saying things about my appearance or the way that I live my life, or, you know. But then it's like, that's the path that I chose. Like, I chose to put my life on the internet and expose and be very open about everything, about the way that I spend my money, about my mental health, about my relationships, and everything, about rescuing. And so it's like one of those things where it's like a double-edged sword, because you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, right? Does that kind of make sense? Like, if I didn't do this, I wouldn't have been happy with what I was doing regardless. Like, I wouldn't have necessarily gone anywhere with my career, but doing this, I still had to deal with the negativity. I don't know if that makes sense, but I do miss not having people breathing down my neck about what they thought about every little thing that I did. Oh, this is such a good question. Vanessa West said, you seem like a very extroverted introvert. Cool, by the way. How's that being an influencer? This is how I've been trying to describe myself for the past month, because I am genuinely an extroverted person. I'm great in social settings. I know how to make new friends. I know how to be in a business setting. I'm an extroverted person. When I was a kid, I approached other kids all the time, and I asked to play with them, and we'd merge our toys together and all of that. But recently, especially as I've gotten more into gaming and really just being at home, I am particularly freaking introverted now. And how is that being an influencer? It is optimal, oddly enough. You wouldn't think so, but it's great because I know how to turn it on when the camera is on. And when the camera's on, there's no one else here. It's just me, myself, and my dogs. So I am honestly chillin'. It does get tough, however, when I'm trying to like socialize and make new friends, and let's say David is like, hey, there's gonna be a party at Alex Wasabi's house and so-and-so's gonna be there and I know you've been wanting to meet them, so you should come. And then I'm like the Kermit meme, the Kermit with the hoodie is saying stay home. Just stay home, play video games, continue to grow your business and socialize on there because it's gonna be way more worth your time. I don't really leave my house anymore, and that sounds so depressing, but I love it. And my friends are always like, come to the Abbey, let's go get drinks tonight, let's go do this. And I'm like, ooh, super busy tonight. Got so much to film. I don't have anything half the time. Hi friends, sorry if you're watching this. However, I don't think any of my friends watch my videos. But like I'm a homebody, so it kind of works when you are a homebody. I only really get excited to see my close friends, and even then it's a push. That's why I love that Nikki moved to Texas, because in order for me to hang out, I have to actually like book a flight, and I don't want to miss the flight because that's a couple $100s that I'm missing out on. I gotta actually fly my butt there, and then we spend time together, so that's just me. There's been a few questions asking if I still talk to Chachi or if we're still friends, and yes, I love her. We talk very privately. I mean, I'll post on her Instagram, like I'll comment and I'll like her stuff and vice versa, but yeah, like I can't wait to see her. Like I messaged her on her birthday and I was like, come home, I need to meet my niece, like I'm ready. But you know, she's out there in Finland right now with her husband. She's living the mom life. She's got Rex and what is his name? Bandit. Oh my God. Rex and Bandit and Sophia, and she's got a lot going on. So she always makes it a point to FaceTime me when she has a little bit of downtime, and we'll talk for like 20-30 minutes. But yeah, love that girl. Still one of my closest, bestest friends. Love her to pieces, and I'm ready to meet my niece. And when I do, I will probably vlog it and I'll probably cry, because I have talked to that baby in the womb since I found out she was pregnant. I was the first person to find out she was pregnant, and I'm ready to meet that little one. I'm so ready. Nins_0 said, why was buying your condo a mistake? There are so many reasons that it was a mistake. So many reasons. One, I was probably the least financially stable that I've ever been during that time. Like, did I have a savings account? Yes. Did I have money in my checkings? Yes. Did I know what to do with it? No. Oh God, there's just so many things. So my financial advisor at the time basically was just like, you're making so much money, you should not be wasting it on $4,000 a month in rent, because literally like the amount of rent that I've spent in LA is close to $200,000. Like it's just ridiculous. Granted, that's like 4 years of rent, but 3 or 4 years, something like that. But it's like just unnecessary. And so she's like, let's get you in a condo, because my lease was about to be up at the place that I was renting. However, I did not have enough to put 20% down. The only money that I had left in my savings, the only reason I even had a savings was because it was the last remaining money that my mom had left behind from her passing. My mom did not have a lot of money. We were not rich by any means. She did have a life insurance policy though that, you know, I don't want to get too deep into that stuff, but she left behind something to help me and keep me afloat. And so that was the money that I used, because that was the only thing that I found to be acceptable to put into a home. So realistically, the only reason I even had a savings was because it was my mom's, because before that, your girl was in a terrible cycle with credit cards, spending 30 to 40K a month. I don't even know now what I was spending that money on, but I was constantly, anytime I made money from brand deals or from the companies that I was working with contractually, I'd make that money, and then, you know, let's say I got $12,000 in my account, and I would immediately put it into my credit card to pay it off, but then I'd still have like a $10,000 balance on my credit card. So it was just like this bad cycle. I was just not in a financial position to do anything that involved a large loan. It's fine now, like it hasn't affected me financially owning it now. I just look back and I wish that I would have waited until I did have 20% down, until I did have more to show tax-wise that I could afford a more expensive place. There's just a lot. And I don't really love the neighborhood that I'm in. Like there's just a lot. It was all a learning experience though, and sorry, slamming my headphones around. It was all a learning experience though. I don't regret any of it. I just wish that I had done things differently. All right guys, so that is going to be it for this Q&A. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. There were quite a few really good questions on there that I enjoyed answering. So as always, do me a favor, like this video, comment down below what you want to see next, or if you have any other questions, I'll try and answer them in the comment section. Make sure to subscribe if you are not already subscribed. And like I said, make sure to follow me on all of my other social medias. I'm having so much fun like spreading my content and diversifying. It's been so great. So again, follow me on there, on all the other platforms, all linked in the description box. And that is it for now. I will see you guys in my next video. Besitos. Bye.